first 400 years of Christianity, there was nothing compiled that you could hand anybody called the Bible. There's the Old Testament, and there was the writings of the apostles, right? The 4 Gospels, many other writings too that were not added to the canon because of their inaccuracy and they're fraudulent. There was the epistles of St. Paul, St. Peter, and so forth. 400 years, and no one could say, what does the Bible say? Of course, they would say, what do the scriptures say? They look at the Old Testament. Of course, they'd see what St. Paul wrote, but there was always the holy tradition. It's the lens in which we see the world. St. Paul, 2 Thessalonians 2:15, I believe, he says, therefore, brethren, hold fast to the, and often it's translated teachings. We have given to you, whether by word of mouth or by epistle, by letter. But you know what it says in Greek? Paradosis. You know what that means? Traditions. Hold fast to the traditions we've given you, whether by word of mouth or by epistle. I mean, it's always been there. First century, we have writings from, you should look up Ignatius of Antioch. He's a disciple of St. John the Evangelist who wrote the Gospel of John. Literally a disciple of his. He's got letters. We have 5 or 6 of his letters on his way to Rome for martyrdom. And he's writing to the different communities, telling them not to get in the way of his death for Christ. And he says, gather around your bishop. This is the first century. The bishop. He says, there's one bishop. He says, there's one church, there's one Eucharist, one altar, one Jesus Christ. So all the things you're seeing today, people chalk up as man-made and, you know, these small T traditions and da-da-da-da. We'd rather sit in the house and talk about the scriptures, which is edifying too. But that's not how it's always been. That's not worship. In every ancient civilization, to worship has always been, or to praise has always been, it has always went hand in hand with offering a sacrifice. Every ancient civilization, to worship your God is not to just show up and tick, 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 but it's to offer a sacrifice. What is the sacrifice the Christians offer? You offer the bread and the wine, which the people bring, the bread and the wine, to the Lord, and He in turn makes it His own His own flesh and His own blood, and we consume it. That's our sacrifice. It's a sacrifice of praise. It's incredible. But this is nothing new under the sun. 2,000 years, man. But this gets lost in the West.